Hello YouTube. Okay, here's my 1 amperes DC milliamperes to 1 whole milliamp, no bolts, and it's set to on DC to DC machine. Positive electrode goes to the metal source. As you can see, the colour of it, it's successfully polarized into solution to a degree. The negative one, if you look at it over there, it's actually, hold on a minute, it's actually bubbling. See that? No, it's creating hydrogen. That's not why I'm doing it. So I've got salt water, I've got CPU, and underneath it we've got prongs sticking out. So see how I use my left hand? Very bad idea. Use your right hand. Never touch electrical stuff with your left hand because it's close to your heart. This is what my son tells me. So you just pour it in with just see what quality it is. Look at that. What is it? It's copper. What is it? Make sure it's all off the wall. Stir the hot water. And there it goes. Yay! So we need a bit of water with it. Okay. Strange place to be doing that, to be honest. So do this thing called decant. So how to decant? You get the clear solution. You see the solids down the bottom, and you tip off the clear stuff. Don't tip out the solids. And you add more in, and you can fill it up with water. Wasting a lot of electricity with hot water. One. And two. That's enough. So what you do is you've got your container and you just let gravity do its thing. What's going to happen is it's going to settle. So you see all the little particles settling? Right, we'll let gravity do its thing. And then you just put the same old thing, submerge this. Now know that it's going to corrode and damage itself, and then it's going to split off, break off, and then this will probably cut off. So it's going to go this way. Get some salt. They put it in the sea, it gets in the sea. Why is it in the sea? Who knows? All I know is that salt has water to conduct electricity. And then you get a spoon and you stir. And once you've got it diluted and it's mixed in until it goes clear, or reasonably clear, then conductive. And you can try to put in the positive electrode without submersing the thin part of it. So water levels not reaching, it'll start to snap off if it does. Right, and now it's just barely submerged. And the negative, you must try to put the negative one in such a way that It does not fully submerge either, but only the metal of the medium submerges. That's actually copper, but it has carbonated, calcifying, carbonation and clumping. So the carbon's coming out of that. It doesn't say, but the truth is carbon comes out of this one and it clumps onto that one. And hydrogen sizzles upwards off of that one, negative, while carbon dioxide comes out of that one. But it's very little because I've caused the ungrounding makes the hydrogen dominant on the negative, but if it was grounded on a steel bowl and a steel outer, then it would, and if this was grounded too, which it is, the building is, then you'll find that the carbon would come out of the opposite. So instead of hydrogen coming out of this negative electrode, it would become carbon on negative electrode and hydrogen on positive, and the metal wouldn't come out of that positive, it would come out of the negative, so that one would shed into nanoparticles, but this one wouldn't. It will clump, so it'll go black, and hydrogen will come out of the positive, or whatever gas. It should be just the same thing, but reversed. So what they call that is one of the techniques is this one. This is ungrounded. That's called above. So we draw an arrow pointing up. Okay, and you can't see that. Never mind. And if you flip it around and make it grounded, that's called below. So in the above, the negative is dominant, while the positive is destroying. Right, now in the flip side way of grounded, it's the way of the Bible, where the positive is dominant and the negative is destroying. So we all walk on the below all the time when we remember our feet on earth. That's why they say to pray and do the positive of the good below. But if you're flying and you're the Lord of the air, then you're in charge of destruction dominant versus the positive, that is the destroyer. If you go out in space and do holy righteous stuff, it will destroy you. So then tell me this, why are there people going to church and getting bald and being destroyed? The answer to that is they're wearing shoes, so by default they fall into the other category. They go from being below and grounded to above because they're ungrounded. So they do the positive, and the positive is the destroyer, and the negative is the clumper. So they can't stay solid because they are ungrounded. But if you wear no shoes and you curse, you create destruction. Whereas you wear no shoes, you do positive and you praise the Lord, you'll create clumping. You'll become solid. You become strong. So either wear no shoes and be strong in the Lord, or wear shoes and be strong in the devil, or vice versa if you want to be destroyed. But it's all about the nature of the separation of gases or the clumping of gases, and it also affects magnetism, and it also affects everything else. So some people call it spirit, some people call it gas, some people call it electrons, some call it positrons and neutrons. It's always the nature of the in and out. Tai Chi is the same theory. Energy in, energy out. The life of the body, it's the same thing. It's two things. Above and below, in or out, attract or repel. Yay.